I see. Yeah. So looks like they were there. There wasn't. Yeah. There wasn't a kind of. They ought to be getting their own agents when they want to sell the property to others, right?
That's correct. Well, again, I don't know if it was one, one agent selling all, or one broker, or was it multiple brokers and every individual ones were agents? But that's there. I just haven't looked yet.
I see.
So what's gonna happen is, we talked about my revenue producing activity. I'm gonna go ahead and reach out to all those agents on that list and then share our moving services to them. Do you understand?
Yeah, I think that would be a good.
So starting today, I believe, like we talked about, I'll spend 2 hours. I don't know when that would be the best time. Mornings are tough for high producing agents. I know how they work. They don't answer anyone's calls until after lunch, usually, because they are prospecting for business. So what that means is if you're calling them in the morning, that's typically solicitors, right? So been around for a long time. I believe calling them around 8, 9 in the morning is not a good time because they're busy throughout their day. And again, I don't want to make that side of the story. So I suppose I'm going to call them when I have it, when I have the time. But either way, I should spend at least an hour a day connecting with these agents and these brokers and letting them know about, because most of these units are luxury units.
Yeah.
And now that's just Rainy Street. That's just Rainy Street. So what's going to happen is, a lot of those agents will have crossover to other properties. That is my belief. So those agents are producing in that area for the most part. I don't know what the percentage looks like, but I'll report to you what the data looks like. So that's one of the revenue producing activity I'm going to do today. Okay.
Perfect.
So that's between agents and brokers. And I suppose another one should be, let's keep contacting some of these movers. Let them know that we carry $1 million policy. If anybody with a certificate of insurance, they got a client, let us know. We'll give them references.
All right.
Did you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Now I can.
Awesome.
So what did you hear last?
Um, you said that we ought to be informing our moving partners for the $1 million policy.
So I'm looking for my revenue producing activity, right?
Yep.
And I might want to reach out to these developers as well, right? If they're developing these multi units, how do we find to tap into these multi unit builders to get our moving services information in front of them? I believe these commercial, we might be missing out on some of the commercial moves. You mentioned that before, didn't you?
Yeah. So it will be. Yeah. I think we have our three primary targets for our 50K target, which is I sent it yesterday. Let me check. Mainly one will be um, having a solid network to get as much access towards the out of town moves. And then the second would be the luxury condos and apartments. And then the third one would be the white glove delivery, where we ought to be visiting and kind of reaching out to these um, contacts within the deliveries that we could fulfill for the white glove. I think we
So
previously.
I would say this,
Sure.
based on the revenue producing activity, two parts for me is to call in the morning and then go visit the brokerage. Oh, and also go visit the the deliveries, right?
Yep.
Also go visit the, what did you say about the first one? What was the first one?
The first one is making sure we have um, the the first one would be the connection for our moving partners, mainly the ones that might have a lot of access towards out of town moves. That's the first one.
And I agree with you. I agree. Let's do this. You know what I haven't done? I still haven't gone to Andrew's building.
Yeah.
So why don't we go and knock on his door? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Instead of just waiting, trying to meet, fuck it. So two parts: call, right, and then set at least twice a week. I should be going to these establishments. That's the revenue producing activity, so we can build a relationship. And then maybe twice should be luncheon or breakfast, lunch and meet, and then 4 or 5 days a week, I should not just call, but also go. After the call, put it on my list. So I guess let's compile a list, all the moving partners and their addresses, the list that I mentioned of all the brokers and the luxury agents and the brokers, and then the list of the luxury uh, white glove delivery uh, services companies, a list of those. And also, there was one more, and then we talked about the senior community.
Yep.
I believe those senior community, the 55 and over, really need to be in those areas. Really do. And I know we have a list. We started, or at the least the 55 and over community. I believe the relationship needs to be built a little more. Some of them, those bigger establishments, hey, we just got to get to the right person. And I'm sure the right person are dealing with sales. So that's four. The senior, we don't want to leave the senior community behind. You have a good mechanic to fix this? Because I'm trying to buy one and put